What's up, Irish Nation? Steve Leslie, YSNLive.com. Playoff edition, Week 11. Ursuline High School will play Gates Mills Hawkins Friday night, 7 o'clock. Anthony and I will have it for you on YSN Live. Player profile. We've had him on before, but joined by my play-by-play partner, Anthony Romo, the voice of the Irish and senior, one of the leaders on his team, Will Burney. Will, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
We talked off air a little bit. I've been around that Mooney-Ursuline rivalry for pretty close to 50 years.
A long time.
A long time. To beat your rival 4 years in a row. How special is that?
It's really special because you get bragging rights forever.
Sure you do.
Never beat you, so
I mean that is you know a lot about this rivalry with your cousin playing.
Yep.
There's so many good players that play.
Oh yeah.
On both teams. And I'll say Cardinal Mooney, I wanted to get your thoughts. That's a good football team. Their record is not, in my opinion, what it should be. Obviously, a game they lose with East takes it. But, Anthony, that's a team to me in D5 that can do some damage and win some games. They're going to play an undefeated Edison team, who I think they're better than. That's no disrespect to Edison. But to be a senior, to play in that game, to win it 4 years in a row on your end, to start for 4 years, what's that rivalry all about?
It's about I think it's more, it's football related, but I think it's just community based. Like everybody's involved in that rivalry, families, friends, the schools. It's bigger than football.
It is bigger than football.
Yeah.
You were able to get there after the volleyball game. I'm watching it from Macomb, Illinois. The pageantry, the student bodies, the parents, the bands. People don't understand how big the rivalry is unless you're a part of it or unless you play in it. How big of a win was that for you guys?
Oh, it's huge because we made history. So it was a must win for us. I think it's going to catapult us into the playoffs and just give us that energy, that boost, just go far.
Yeah, and we got a long way to go.
Oh,
this is week 11, but Anthony, I'm a little greedy. I want to get to week 16 and get another opportunity before I let you go. When you win a game like that, I've known you a long time. I know your family a long time. You knew they were going to come and play against you. You knew it was going to be their best game. The quarterback's very talented. I thought they played very well. A lot of games, Anthony, they probably went on their schedule the way they played Friday night in a rivalry. But you said something that strikes me, that this catapults you. A lot of people look at it and go, man, Ursuline only won 13-7, but if you don't play in that rivalry, you're not a part of it, you don't get it. Yeah. The records mean nothing. Things mean nothing. When you came to Ursuline High School as a freshman, you guys were where they were at.
Yep.
A losing record, trying to get on track. So what makes you think this catapults you into the playoffs?
Well, just like last year, after getting that win, we had so much energy going into practice, playoffs, so it set the standard. So I think this win brings us just that motivation to go far.
And I got to say, Friday night, I loved the new helmets. What do you think about the helmets?
So we saw them, we got them Thursday, I think. But we saw them, everybody was excited, everybody was jumping around. It was fun. It was real fun to get there.
Irish Nation, I told you, Anthony, I said that to Quinn. I was on the road, but there's always going to be something new when Cardinal Mooney plays Youngstown Ursuline. Ursuline comes out with the new helmets. I didn't really realize it until after it was said on the game that it was a new helmet. Your family, we talk about all the time. Your dad, your family's here tonight. They play such a big part in what you do. I'm going to tell you this, and watching you play for 4 years, this is the best football year you've had, in my opinion. I think you do a lot of things for a normal football fan that don't get noticed. Will, I think you're the leader of this football team. I think you work hard. When you speak, a lot of guys listen. I want to ask you, Luke Kohler.
Oh, yeah.
Freshman. You were there, so you can understand that as a freshman a little bit. My man makes 2 big plays. I think you were more excited for the 2 plays he made than he was. Talk about watching these younger guys step up in a situation. Tyreek Donlow, Anthony, unblockable.
Game record.
The last fourth quarter, pretty much unblockable. For these younger guys, how exciting is it for you to see them get better and better every week?
I think it's amazing because I know that they have more time in high school, so their growth is going to keep growing and growing. So I think it's just amazing to see for them to just make those plays in big games because once they get there again, it's going to be second nature for them.
With Will Burney, player profile, playoff edition. Gates Mills Hawkins will invade YSU Stadium. We'll have it for you on YSN Live. The Irish looking to, Anthony, make that run that they had last year, and I think it's a talented team. Last Mooney Ursuline game. That's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
What are the emotions like after that game? Yes, you win. Yes, you set history. Yet, and then probably get up the next morning and get ready to go for the playoffs and realize that's the last time I'm
That's
playing in
exactly how
that
it
game.
was. We woke up. We was talking as a team like that was our last one. It just hit us next day. Like we were in the moment. It's just so fun.
Because you won a game, a big game. But when you sit back and realize it, Anthony, there's so many people that would love to play in a rivalry like that. They've got to play 4 times and get 4 wins. Salute to you guys in your senior class. That is something that when you get a little bit older, like the age I'm at, maybe, Anthony's a lot younger, but you'll appreciate, I know with the guys I'm friends with, they still talk about Mooney Ursuline. I know your cousin does. Nate had a great career against Ursuline. You were part of those, so hats on that. But is there anything better than Youngstown Ursuline when I say it's playoff time?
Oh no, the tradition here is crazy. So I think it's gonna be a jam-packed atmosphere. I think it's gonna be just a great atmosphere for us to play in. We got fans coming from everywhere. So I think when you think playoffs, you gotta think of Youngstown football.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and going back to that game against Mooney, you had a huge tackle in the fourth quarter on a swing pass. They were deep in your territory.
Yep.
What was the feeling like getting up after that tackle? I saw the emotion, but what was the feeling like inside?
We watched the film all week. I knew it was good. They ran that play a lot during the game, so I was waiting for him to throw it. So I've been baiting him. I was holding the number 2 receiver, and I was waiting for him to throw it all game. And got that chance, trigger on it, hit on it. It was amazing because that it was third down, got the fourth down, and they missed field goal after. So it was a great play.
That was a big
That was
play in
huge.
that drive. You were on that call in that drive, no question. What can this football team get better at?
I think our thing is just. I think it's gonna be effort based, and then just being a better practice team. So them two are the ones that stick out, and then also just being more consistent.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. We talked off air. Drove the football very well, Anthony, against them all game, but got down. Was it something that they were doing? Was it more of things that you guys got to see on film and say, "Man, we're better than that. We didn't block this right. We're better than that."
Yeah.
Obviously, as a senior talented group, film makes you learn an awful lot, and to watch that, a lot of things this team can improve on offensively.
Yeah, I think everything is self inflicted. So I feel like if we just we take care of little things, that's where it starts. Little things, false starts, little stuff like that. We get those things together. Nobody can stop our offense.
Does that drive Coach crazy?
Oh yeah.
False starts. Anthony, I'm not gonna lie, it was driving me crazy in Macomb, Illinois.
Yeah.
5-yard penalty, 5-yard penalty, 5-yard penalty. I think one time they called it on number 2 for illegal motion. I think one time, I don't want to solo anybody out right here, but we'll do that. But I love that you say that because I think experience plays a big thing when you come to the playoffs, and you guys have a ton of experience. Anthony talked with Coach Reardon. I thought I heard you say, Anthony, correct me if I'm wrong, 8 teams have made the playoffs. Farrell is still in regular season,
so
they're going to make
them.
it. So 9 out of your 10 teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
How big is that for you guys to take into playoff time knowing there isn't anybody that you're going to see that you haven't had a look at in the regular season?
Yeah, I think that's just our schedule just amazing. Like we played top tier teams all year, and for us to get the wins, come out 8-2, is just it's a great look for us. Teams we lost to, they're really good teams,
No
Fitch
doubt.
and St. V. So getting the 8 wins we did get, I think we learned from those losses, and those are just gonna build us build our character as a team and build us to going forward.
And we've talked about it so much throughout the season. how last year ended, and it's kind of like it was the elephant in the room for Steve and I. I mean, it's something that you wanted to bring up in a conversation, but now you really can because you're in playoff time. You were one of those guys that played a big role on that team last year that was so close to capturing the state title. Um, does that game ever still kind of resonate in your
Oh,
mind?
every day. I feel like I think about what I could have did better in that game for us to come out with a victory. So it most definitely in my mind every day. But I think it just goes down to what Coach said last year. We got to be better practicing every day. So that's what it boils down to.
Is it amazing with Will Burney, player profile here at Ursuline High School? Golden Dawn cannot thank Johnny Naples enough all season long, and the fans, another good crowd here. Their families are here. They want to see this team win a state championship, Anthony. There's no doubt about that. Is it crazy that we sat with this young man 7 weeks ago? I
Yeah,
think it
you
was
were the
for the
first
Fitz game.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
first one.
First one, I want to
Hmm.
say.
And here we are going to head into the end of October. Does it go fast for you as a
No,
senior to say, now my regular season's over? Now it's one game at a time. Do you guys talk about that as a group, or is it just a 1 week at a time
yeah,
mentality?
it flew, man. From like Brookfield to now,
Yeah.
it was just like it was like so quick. So I think we just have to, as a team, as a senior class, especially our seniors, just go day by day, week by week, and just cherish moments we have together because it's not that many left.
Anthony, I was over there today. Before I came over here, I had a chance to watch him practice a little bit. I love your demeanor, all of you on a practice field. A lot of listening, a lot of learning. Um, Anthony, you know me. I'm big on experience. I think that state championship run and the experience of a final game pays big dividends to a senior class. Yes, they lost, but they've been in that situation and they're prepared for anything that comes to them. But to play at a college stadium for Gates Mills Hawkins, it probably has never played in an atmosphere like they're going to come into Friday night. This senior group has to be excited knowing the first two games are at Stanbaugh Stadium.
Oh yeah, it's a great advantage for us because we know the atmosphere. So I know it's gonna be packed. It's gonna be a lot of fans there. A lot of people just want to see football. So just gonna put a show for everybody.
And you guys have talked about pretty much all the seniors we've talked about or we've talked to this season have talked about how close you guys were with the senior class from last year, and how you guys stay in touch with them. You're good friends with them still. Just how much of this run mean for them as much as it does for you guys?
I feel like we have an obligation to win this because I feel like we have to do it for them. We got to do it for them, and we got to do it for the senior class that got robbed from the COVID year. So I feel like we just doing it. It's bigger than just us.
I'll tell you what, I hope you take us to Canton because Steve and I definitely want to
Yeah,
go there
I
this
want
year.
to. I want to pick you up and go on a little ride. Irish Nation, Will Burney. When we went back, and obviously James McGlone is the senior that we'll have on here
Mhm.
after we get a win again against Gates Mills Hawkins. But when I got with these guys, I really truly believe Will Burney is one of those guys. Anthony, you'll agree with me that does it all for Ursuline High School on a football field, on a basketball court, in the classroom. You represent Youngstown Ursuline very well for all of us. I know a lot of people are proud of you. That's why I wanted to have you on. Your families here, they're proud. Shout out to them. But from Anthony and myself, best of luck.
Thank you.
One game at a time.
Mhm.
But Anthony, I think that we talk all the time. This is a group that I think can get to Week 16 again and hopefully turn the tide from some learning experiences, some hard times, but some teamwork that this senior group has done so many things for Ursuline High School, and to be that first class to beat Youngstown Cardinal Mooney 4 years in a row. Hats off to you guys. Best of luck Friday night. And Anthony and I can't wait to be on the call.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty.
Yes, sir.